the human beings gate. So now we are going to animals. So that in that animals we were talking about earthworm. So earthworm is one of the insect, right? So how the earthworm body structure is there, what is the mechanism, everything we saw, surface interaction. And what about the homework? Did you draw?
Now what?
Did you complete the homework?
My homework is to draw that
This part,
structure.
yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
No, why?
I'll complete it.
No, I'm asking the reason why you didn't complete before.
I'm like, I have some problem, like I'm have some problem in like me's they're giving me a lot of work, ma'am. Like
In school?
I have yeah, ma'am. Before going to summer holidays, they gave us a lot of like holiday homework, like
Fine. Busy in holiday homeworks. Okay, fine. So we were talking about this, but I'm just giving this for your good only, right? So when you draw this and see, you will get an idea, the structure and everything, right? When you draw more, you will get the practice. Okay, so please do it when you have free time. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
So we were talking about the morphology of earthworm. So clitellum. So I was last day I was last time I was talking about the earthworm's morphology. I thought I told to draw this also, right?
I think no.
No, okay, fine. So this is prostomium, that is a mouth. This is prostomium, and this is setae. Setae is a hair-like structure, and this is anus, and this is clitellum. So what is that clitellum is?
Clitellum is like the inner muscle of the earthworm.
So it's like the clitellum is somewhat enlarged. It is different from the other parts of the body. No, what is the use of clitellum? Why it is there in earthworm's body? What do you think? Any guesses? So I'll tell you. You don't have any guess?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we have saw in any living organism we have three things. The first thing is digestion. So digestion part means like prostomium is there, that is mouth is there. So digestion will happen, no problem, inside the whole body. And then excretion. Anus is there, so excretion part is also over. So one more thing is reproduction. So for reproduction, the clitellum is used for reproduction in earthworms. So now you have to know like how they are being used. So very specifically, if you want to see, clitellum is used for laying eggs. So these people lay eggs. So those who are laying eggs or those who are giving births to the kids without laying eggs, what they are called as oviparous and viviparous, right? In the birds, I'm talking about in birds. Do you don't have any idea on OV and viviparous?
Ma'am, I don't have an idea. I didn't
Okay,
even
then
study about this. It's my first time
okay.
hearing about it.
Okay, then this thing that some of the things lay eggs, some of the things give birth to the kids directly without laying eggs. You know that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Like hens lay eggs, but dogs doesn't lay any egg, right? They give directly birth directly, like human beings. Human beings doesn't lay eggs. We give birth to the kids directly, right? Correct? Getting
Yes,
something?
I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm
So
getting
same way, earthworm will also have some reproductive things now. So earthworm will follow laying eggs. So they will also lay eggs. So with the help of clitellum, they form a cocoon. They form a cocoon for its egg. Like cocoon in the sense, like I'll show you the cocoon. Wait, I think you can see the screen, no?
Yes, ma'am.
I think I have made a spelling mistake, but see, this is the cocoon. The cocoon is something like a structure. This is butterfly's cocoon, but think like cocoons of earthworm. We will see. So it's like a structure where egg can be placed. So exactly like this, earthworm's cocoon. It's like, can you see that's like a container? Like a container so that egg can be protected inside without anything. How the birds is doing the nest, so that the eggs will be protected inside the nest. Like that, earthworms is having cocoon. So cocoon means basically to protect the eggs that it is laying. Yes. See, this picture is exactly very good. If you see this picture, I hope it runs. So it's earthworm life cycle. You don't want to talk about earthworm's life cycle, but just see here. So this is earthworm. So from earthworm, it is making the cocoon. So this clitellum will actually, they secrete a liquid. They secrete a special kind of liquid called, I think that liquid has some name. It's called as, I think, viscous liquid. Viscous. Okay. Just you don't have to mug up these things. Just remember when somebody asks you what is the use of clitellum, you just remember that these things are there. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Am I telling so many things? Or
No,
it is
ma'am.
okay?
It's okay, ma'am.
So I'll point out one by one. So first we were talking about earthworm. We were talking about clitellum. What is the clitellum? So clitellum, you can see very clearly here. That's an extra, like it protrudes, protrudes. Right? Can you see the protruding part? This is the clitellum.
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
the pull of this clitellum? Yeah. So what is the help? Like what help the clitellum is doing? The clitellum is helping us in reproduction. Like they help the earthworms in reproduction. And what is the main purpose of clitellum? They secrete some fluid called viscous fluid. They secrete some fluid called viscous fluid, and they form cocoon with the help of this fluid. They form cocoon. What is a cocoon? A bag-like structure where the eggs can be kept safely. Yes, till they hatch. Yes, now got the entire process.
Yes, ma'am.
Simply this. Simply, hi Neha, why are you late? I am already late. I am already late by half an hour, and you are late by 10 more minutes. Can you see, Bhavesh? Like the earthworm is there, cocoon will be there, it will hatch, and from cocoon, the new earthworm is coming out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. So, yes. So, viscous
Ma'am,
fluid,
can you
you have to
hear me?
remember. I mean, yeah, you're audible, Neha.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Bhavesh, please explain what we were discussing to Neha. Just few seconds.
So we are talking about this earthworm's part called celitellum. Celitellum. So this structure in the earthworm's body helps in reproduction, and the main thing about this is it contains a fluid called viscous fluid, which helps in like rebirth of earthworm's eggs. They create some cocoons for
Okay.
protection for the eggs,
Yeah, got it.
and yeah, and I'm showed a life cycle about it,
Okay.
and that's it.
Thanks.
I hope it's good, clear
Yes.
for Neha.
Yes, ma'am.
You people don't have to remember exactly what's happening and all. It's not required. But the thing is, like, you people should know why the clitellum is there, because we are talking about the morphology of earthworm. So obviously somebody will question you, what is the role of clitellum? You don't have to say entire life cycle of earthworm. It's not required. But you need to know what is a part of clitellum. Right? So clitellum is basically the reproductive part of earthworm. Just that's it. Yes. If they ask you to detail about the reproduction part, you can just write the things. Clitellum will have viscous fluid. With the help of viscous fluid, it produces cocoon, and the cocoons inside the cocoon, the eggs will be there. You can write certain things. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now going to snail. Yes. I think I have a picture of snail. This is anatomy of snail. We'll come to that later. This is snail. So observing a snail. So this is a simple activity given in your book. You can just have a look on that. So what is the objective? So observe the movement of snail on a smooth surface. You're gonna observe the movement of snail. Yeah, have you ever observed the movement of snail?
No, ma'am.
Never saw snail in your life?
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
I saw it in the pictures, but not in real life.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Never saw a snail.
There will be a lot of snails around our home. They are very beautiful creatures. But
Ma'am, I
so
know how the snail looks like, but I do not see a snail in my life.
So can you see this boy holding a lot of snails? So snails, sometimes snails will be very big snails will be there. Sometimes very small snails will be there. See this snail, how big it is. So sometimes this much big snail is also there, right?
Ma'am, I have the shells of the snail.
Yeah. So they are looking like this. The structure of the snail is this actually, right? I don't know. There may be a lot of types of snails also will be there. So these are some varieties of snail, no? So you will be seeing the snails in the rainy season more. They'll be around there. So when you go out of your home, don't have to take risk and all. But when you go out of the home, you will be seeing the snail around there. So now this is the small activity given in your book. I don't want to miss it. So observe the movement of snail. That is our objective. So what are the materials? No, snail. Snail is the first material and smooth glass plate. And this is something you have to do in the laboratory and with the snail actually. So we don't have both laboratory and a live snail. So it's not possible basically. Please imagine whatever it is possible. Procedure. We are going to place the snail on the glass plate. When the snail starts moving, carefully lift the glass plate with the snail and observe its movement from the beneath. Actually, I hope you understood what they're coming to say. So this is a glass and if just this thing, this is a snail, just this thing, this is a snail. You have to see from this side. Okay, when the snail starts moving, you have to see from the under. So if this is going to be your glass and the above snail will be there and you have to see like this. Yes, like that you have to see. So observation point, look for the thick structures and head of the snail coming out of the shell. So obviously we saw that I have showed the picture, right? This one. They have a thick shell, very thick shell in fact. And they have the head part, right? They have the head part also. This is the head part. And what are the things they are having? Can you say me? What are the things they have?
Ma'am, they have a protective shell to hide
Yes.
and a long eyes. I hope those
Long.
are eyes.
Okay.
I think those
Okay.
are eyes, ma'am.
Those are not eyes. Can you see that two things coming out? Okay. Okay. We will see what are those.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Ma'am, maybe a protective shell.
anything else you can see?
Ma'am, its body, the whole body.
You have four actually, no? Two are protruding very long and two are very small. Can you see?
Yes.
Like a mustache, no?
Yes.
So these are the observations that you can see from a snail. So observations look for the thick structure. So we have a very structure, very like its body is very, very thick. Can you see that thick density of the body? Yeah. And then the head, obviously, and snail coming out of the shell. Shell, obviously, you will be seeing. Notice how the snail moves on the glass plate by contracting and extending body. So like this. It's like elastic. It stretches, moves certain limit, and it again comes to the shape. And it stretches again. It goes some distance and come back to the shape. I'll be showing the movement of snail now. So the movement of snail videos. Yeah.
Whoa, guys, have you ever wondered how snails walk covered in mucus? The foot creates a wave-like macro lens and
Guy
spends for
didn't explain
watching.
anything on that.
Or the shell stays with the snail, the smaller or lower tentacles are as foot, thus
Can you see
avoiding
how
friction.
they are moving?
The snail leaves a mucus, thus avoiding friction, which help the snail in locomotion.
Can you see?
Tentacles bear the eyes of the snail. The smaller or lower tentacles are used to have tentacles on their head. The shell are enemies. The snail has a liquid skeleton similar to earthworm.
So as Bhavesh said, those are eyes. Okay.
Oh,
The shell stays with the snail for its life and grows along with it. Snails have two sets of tentacles on their head. The bigger or upper tentacles are used to smell and eyes of the snail. The smaller or lower tentacles are used to smell and feel their food. If you place a snail on a glass side and look from beneath, you will see a muscular organ which helps the snail in locomotion. This is known as foot. The foot provides wave-like movements which propel the body of the snail forward.
Can you see?
The foot secretes a slimy substance called mucus. The snail moves on this layer of mucus, thus avoiding friction. The snail leaves a trail of mucus behind as it moves. With its muscular foot and mucus, the snail can easily glide over smooth or rough surface on which it can move vertically and even upside down.
Can you see? Can you see that? Like, can you observe?
yes, ma'am.
Did you know a snail can even move over a sharp razor blade without getting cut? And thanks to the protector and can be featured.
Yeah. So got it now. How they are moving. So while moving, they also secrete some mucus. No, they are told they are secreting some mucus that helps to avoid the friction. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the important points of the video. Like there is just a muscular portion like that is helping them to move. If you see this picture, this muscular portion, just this is helping them to move, and this is also secreting the mucus, right? Notice how the snails move on the glass plate. So conclusion, this activity helps you to understand the different effects that different surfaces affect the movement of earthworms and snails. Earthworm rely on bristles, slimy substance to move, which works better on rougher surfaces like soil or blotting paper. Snail, although not covered with in its specific observation, have a similar dependency on surface structure for movement due to muscular foot and slime production. So the main difference between the earthworm and the snail is the locomotion, right? Correct? Because our
Yes.
topic itself is gait of animals. We are talking about different gaits of animals. What are the things seen in earthworms? How they move? What is the locomotion is the main thing, main motto of this lesson, no? So when you take earthworm, what is the locomotory organ of earthworm? Yes. Muted? No, Neha muted. Yeah.
Bristles, the bristles.
Bristles. So you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
say legs. They have like bristles like structure. They are simply called as leg. In simple terms, they are the leg. They act as a leg. Soft
Hair like
brushes.
bristles.
Yeah.
Hair like
And
bristles.
hairy structure. And what is the scientific name of that? It's not bristles actually. Bristles are something that English word. I don't want that. We have some scientific name for that. What is that? I explained you in the diagram. Not coming into the mind. It's setae. No. Setae,
Oh,
right?
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Setae. See here? Setae. So these are called as pad setae, tiny bristles. So it's called as, so you should not say it's ma'am, bristle ma'am. So if I ask you what is the way how it eats, you should say prostomium. You should not say mouth. You should say prostomium, right?
Prostomium.
Prostomium is a flap over mouth. Like if the mouth is there, I mean, maybe a small like flap is there. Yes, prostomium. Remember these terms. Anus, clitellum. You have to remember, okay? And what is the locomotory organ for earthworm?
Ma'am, locomotion organ is What about that? City.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, city.
teacher.
I said earthworm. Okay, I am a snail. Snail.
Ma'am, mucus.
No. Locomotory organ for snail is not mucus, Bhavesh. Mucus is helping snail for a smooth movement. But mucus will not act as a locomotory organ.
Ma'am, long eyes. Is it?
No.
Ma'am, there's a muscle
Muscular
beneath.
body.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Exactly. It's a muscular body, right? So its muscular body is helping the snail to move, right? We will talk about very detail on what is the thing in anatomy of snail, but for now I'm telling muscular body is the movement, locomotory movement for snail. And what is the role of mucus?
Role of mucus is to
Help to
reduce the
prevent
friction when he is
friction.
going, when the
Reduce the
snail is
friction.
going on
Correct.
some.
Correct. So
rough
when we started the class,
Ma'am, like 6:10 or
6:10 we started.
6:15.
Okay. We will, yeah. Okay, fine. We will now come to anatomy of snail. Okay, snails are fascinating creatures. Do you like snail? You saw the pictures of snail. Do you like the snail? Both of you.
Ma'am, I don't want it
I
to
didn't like.
crawl on my hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They're like somewhat watery substances will be there on them. Correct? So you don't want.
Mucus?
Are they looking beautiful?
Yes, ma'am, with the shell.
Okay, Bhavesh?
Ma'am, maybe a little bit.
A little bit there, okay, no? So earthworm, do you like earthworms?
Ma'am, I don't like earthworms. I feel weird
don't
when
like.
I see them. I feel
Okay.
weird.
So you people don't like cockroaches also? Are you
Ma'am, I hate
sure?
them.
You like
Kind of fun
Bhavesh?
to hit them. Ma'am, it's kind of fun to hit them.
Fun. Okay. Fun to hit them.
No, a little bit. I try
Okay.
to
So
chase
I'll
them.
ask you. So, for example, if you kill a cockroach, will you see the red blood coming out of the body?
I think yes, ma'am.
Blood will come. Will that be in red color?
Ma'am,
Mm.
it's in white, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Cockroaches will have white color blood. 1 second.
What? Okay, I didn't know. Mm. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's not true.
Yes, Neha, can you tell me why it is white blood? Can you tell to Bhavesh?
Ma'am, I don't know. Like, I just saw when it was killed.
Okay, so when you killed, basically when you killed, you saw
Okay.
that it is white color. Okay, fine. Just a second. Just read the passage and try to understand.
And what?
Anyone can read. Just read the passage and try to understand. Just anyone can read loud.
Anatomy of a snail. Snails are fascinating creatures with unique atomic features that enable their demonstrative mode of living and movement. Here is a brief overview of the key atomic components of a snail. Shell, the most recognizable feature of a snail, made of calcium carbonate and serves as a protein covering. The shell is a single coiled unit that grows with the snail. It provides protection against predators and harsh environmental conditions. Foot. A large, fat, muscular organ at the
Neha,
bottom.
read it. Neha, read it.
Okay.
The large, flat, muscular organ at the bottom of the snail's body. Used for locomotion, it secretes mucus to facilitate smooth movement. The snail moves by rhythmic contractions of the muscles in the foot, a process known as creeping.
Good. So what did you understand? The snails are the fascinating creatures with unique anatomical features that enable their distinct living movement. Here is a brief overview. Shell. So we all know about shell. The most recognizable feature of the snail is shell because they look very attractive, right? So this is very important point. Everybody, like both of you should note it. The shell is made up of calcium carbonate. So our teeth is also made up of calcium carbonate, right? I think so. Our teeth is made up of calcium carbonate. I think so. I don't know. And serves as a protective covering, obviously. The shell is single, coiled until that grows with the cell. Until and unite, coiled unite that grows with the snail. When the snail grows, the shell also grows. That's really a miraculous thing. So the shell is something stone-like structure. No? It's very, very hard, but it is growing with the snail. So that's really a fascinating thing to be noted, right? It provides protection against predators and harsh environment conditions. Of course, the importance of shell and food. The large, flat, muscular organ. So as we saw, this large, flat, muscular organ, this is helping them to move at the bottom of the snail's body. Used for locomotion. It secretes mucus. So as we saw in the video, it secretes mucus to facilitate smooth movement. So for example, when something is stuck, you apply grease on that. So you apply oil on that. So it becomes smooth, right? Right? If something is not going, like it's not coming to open, it's not free to open, something is there, you will use oil in that place. So oil is basically reducing the friction, right? It will reduce the friction. Oil's important work is to reduce the friction and ease the movement, right? So this, like, if you apply the oil, easily you can remove anything. So the same property the mucus also have. So when they secrete the mucus, it helps them to move smoothly in the environments. The snail moves by rhythmic contractions of muscles in the foot, a process known as creeping. So when somebody asks you, Bhavesh or Neha, tell me the way the snail moves, what is the way they follow, or like what is a pattern of movement of snail is observed? You have to say they creep. You should not say no, they crawl. You should say they creep. What is that word? Creeping. So you should say snails creep. How they move? So I hope you remember in the body movements chapter, when we were starting the chapter, there were a list of organisms. I was asking you what is their movement and how they move, right? I was asking bird, you people said wings, and you people said they fly. So if I say what is the movement of snail, you should say how they move.
Creeping.
You're muted.
I'm
Creeping. Creeping. And what is the locomotory organ?
The
Ma'am,
muscle.
muscular body.
Muscular body.
Muscular organ. You can say muscular organ or muscular organ at the bottom of the snail body, or you can say muscular bottom. That's well and good. Just muscular bottom. Okay. So these are the important points you should know. Creeping, you should know. Then head. Now coming to each and every step, like each and every body part of snail. Head. So we are now going to talk about the head of the snail. So we already saw in the video, no? We have two long tentacle-like structures. So they are called as, obviously, they act as organs and the mouth. They have mouth also. The bigger ones are acting as an eyes, and the shorter ones are acting as basically nose. These two are eyes and these two are nose, right? Correct? They are eyes. So the long protruding, the long thing is called as tentacles. They are named as tentacles. Yes.
Yes.
The lower part, shorter, is used for smelling and feeling the environment. So contains the sensory organs. So what are the things? So this may be the question for you guys. So they will be asking you to define the anatomy of a snail, and they may be asking you like what are the head, what is the head part of the snail, or they may ask you what are the things head part of the snail has. No, what are the things they have, or what are the organs they possess, or they can also ask what is the role of head in the snail's body. So you should basically write there two important sensory organs are present. You should mention the word sensory there, because when I ask you what is the sensory organ of human beings for visibility, you will say eyes, no? Correct? So same way, what is the sensory organ for snail? It is the tentacles, the longer upper pair of the longer tentacles and lower pair shorter tentacles for feeling the environment and for the smell. So they act basically as a nose and feeling the environment for nose and touch. Actually, touch means skin and nose. They the local language I'm telling you. So feeling the environment means touching, or nose means smelling, and upper longer are acting as an eye. So you should say they have head part consists of sensory organs and mouth also they have. Okay. So three things are there in the head part: sensory organs two and one mouth. Remember that. Then coming to radula. So what is a radula? A long tongue-like organ inside the mouth. We also have a tongue, no? So same way they are tongue-like organ. Covered. So if I ask you what is a radula, you should say they are tongue-like organ inside the mouth of a snail. And covered with tiny tooth-like structures called denticles. Denticles is something different from tentacles. So denti, the word itself says denti means something related to teeth, right? Dentist, dental, right? So something related to teeth. So they are tooth-like structures. So you have to remember they have the tooth-like structure, and the tooth-like structure's name is called denticles. Used to scrape or cut the food. Same as how our human beings' mouth is acting as, no? We eat something, our teeth are helping us to crunch them, right? Same way. We have mouth, we have teeth, but it is called as radula for snail. That's all. What are the things radula has? You are muted, Bhavish.
Can you tell me where is the radula?
Where is the radula? I'll show you. Radula is basically mouth part. So obviously it will be there here, no? Can you see the it's written as mouth, right? Here. Mouth. In this picture, radula is not present. Or maybe we'll see in this picture. So here also, yeah, see, can you see the radula here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
The radula part. Exactly, this is the radula. Can you see that it's looking like this, right? Can you see it's looking like a teeth-like structure? You can see very clearly like this. They helps them to crunch the food. Same as our human beings also like our dent, like our teeth is helping us to crunch the food. Here you should not say teeth, you should say them as denticles, and covered with the tiny denticles. They are tongue-like organ inside the mouth. Okay. Now going to mantle. The significant part of the snail's body that secretes the shell. So we are very astonished, no? Snail is having a very beautiful shell. So how that is coming? Like it's because of mantle. So the significant part of snail's body is secreting the shell. The shell is very, very strong. It is made up of,
Calcium carbonate.
yeah,
Oh,
shell is made up of calcium carbonate, Bhavesh, remember, okay? Or
yes,
you
ma'am.
can just, first come first, you can say calcium. If you don't remember carbonate, you can just say calcium. Okay. So significant part of snail's body that secretes the shell, located underneath the shell, surrounding the internal organs. So they basically under the cell and they secrete the cell actually. Contains the mantle cavity which houses the respiratory organ. So I think so this is there. Can you see mantle anywhere here? Mantle, okay. Yeah. Can you see the mantle here? This picture and this picture is actually different. So can you see the mantle?
Is it the purple or the green?
The same thing. I'm also confused. I think the mantle is the middle part between the green and the purple. I think maybe this part will be the mantle. And this picture and what they have told in the mantle, if you see, they have told located underneath the shell, surrounded by the internal organs, they contains the cavity which houses the respiratory organs. So in this picture, if you see, the lungs is a respiratory organ. No, where is the lung? So here. So obviously, where is the mantle? So mantle will be here, somewhat in this area maybe. Can you see? I'm drawing the. Okay, Neha. So this exactly this. Can you see the black color? Whatever I shaded. So lungs, they don't like they cover the respiratory organ. So basically, it would be here. My guess, right? Respiratory system. Land snails breathe air through lung located in the mantle cavity. The mantle cavity opens to the outside through a small hole called pneumostome. So don't have to mark up the pneumostome. You can leave it. Just you should know that lungs are there for breathing. That's all. That's more than enough. Pneumostome is not there for your level. You can leave it. But for your for your just for the sake, pneumo, wherever comes pneumo, it means it is lungs. Okay, so wherever the word pneumo comes, you can blindly say they are something related to the respiratory system. They are directly related to lungs. Yes. Here also it's pneumo and stome. So basically, I think the lungs are called as pneumostomes in snails. You don't have to remember. Then coming to digestive system, food is ingested to the mouth. They have mouth and they have what they have. They have mouth and they have radula. No, they have teeth-like structures called denticles. So food is ingested to the mouth and processed in the stomach and intestines. Nutrients are absorbed and waste is expelled through anus. They also have anus. Maybe anus is present here. Where is the anus? Anus is not here. Yeah, you can see the anus is somewhere here. Yes, this is the anus. Yeah. Can you see the anus here? This here, the hole opening. That is the anus.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, the digestion and then nervous, reproductive, circulatory, and types of snail we'll see tomorrow. Okay. So the homework will be same. You have to draw the diagrams, whatever you didn't do, or else I'll add one more homework also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Bye. I Neha went out for some time. Okay. We will end the meeting for all. Okay. Bye.
Okay, ma'am.